Hey guys! So today we're going to talk about how to stop procrastinating. Procrastination is something that everybody struggles with, and I know I have been struggling with this a lot, but even though most people think that procrastination has to be a part of everyday life, it doesn't have to be that way. With the right tips and with the right help, anyone can stop procrastinating. So in this video, we're going to talk about 7 ways to stop procrastinating and get stuff done. Tip number 1, set 3 goals for yourself every night before you go to bed. Now, when you're thinking about your goals, you want to think about what would make tomorrow great. This could be anything from getting a head start on the project you know that's coming up, seeing a couple of friends, or taking your dog on a walk. No matter what, your goal should be simple enough to achieve in one day, but it should also be important so you feel proud at the end of the day. The idea behind this is that if all else fails and all you get done in a day is these 3 simple tasks, you'll know that you've had a good day, no matter what. So even if all I do is start on my homework assignment, see some friends, and take my dog on a walk, and I spend the rest of the day getting sucked into Overwatch, I'll know I had a good day. Now, I'm not exactly advocating that you just do 3 things and then spend the rest of the day watching The Office or sitting around and eating Doritos, but it's better than nothing. Now, this habit alone isn't going to stop you from procrastinating, but it will ensure that on those days that you do get a little off track, you'll know that at least you got something meaningful done. By committing to this habit every single day, you'll start to become more positive towards yourself and create a baseline of productivity that we can build upon in the next habit. Tip number 2 is to change your place of productivity. Now, most people try to do homework at their apartment or in their bedroom, but this is bad because we're automatically trained to associate comfort and relaxation with being at home. So instead of trying to be productive at home, next time try and do your homework at the library, a student union, or anywhere else that's quiet and outside of the house. Tip number 3 is to eliminate distractions. This can be anything from social media apps on your phone, things like YouTube and Netflix, messaging, or even video games. The list goes on and on. This can be as simple as turning your phone on airplane mode or deleting some apps, or you can go the more extreme route by turning on parental controls and giving the password to a friend, or even unplugging your Xbox or Roku and putting it in the closet until the weekend. Now, this is important because procrastination usually isn't something that's planned. By putting a couple of steps between you and procrastination, you'll be that much less likely to fall down the rabbit hole. Tip number 4 is to start using a timer for your breaks. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking a break while you're being productive, but it's often really easy to get sidetracked and sidetracked and sidetracked until you realize it's 6 hours later and you're no further along on your assignment than you were when you started. By using a timer for your breaks and limiting yourself to only 5 or 10 minutes, you'll ensure that no matter what, you're going to come back to the task you were doing before. By limiting yourself to only 5 or 10 minute breaks, you'll ensure that no matter what, you'll get back to work. Tip number 5 is the 10-minute rule. Whenever you don't want to do something, force yourself to start for at least 10 minutes. If at the end of 10 minutes you still don't want to do it, then you can stop. But following this rule makes you way more likely to finish what you started. Everyone knows that starting a new project or assignment is the hardest part, but by following this simple rule, you'll be that much more likely to keep going and maybe even finish what you started. Tip number 6 is all about habit change. Now, everyone knows that changing your habits can be really hard, but this simple tip can make it great and easy to start. Whenever you catch yourself wanting to procrastinate, take a second to write down why. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding by procrastinating right now? This can be a great way to find out what the underlying fear is behind your procrastination. Most of the time, procrastination happens because you're either trying to avoid something or because you're afraid of something, usually both around failure. By doing this, you'll become more self-aware of when you want to procrastinate and why. By making yourself more conscious of when you want to procrastinate, you'll be much less likely to actually do it. Last but not least, tip number 7 is accountability. If all else fails, having someone like a close friend or a significant other to hold you accountable can provide you with the encouragement and pressure to make you better tomorrow than you were today. Any one of these 7 tips can be an absolute game changer in your fight against procrastination. If you like this video and want to see more, click here. And if you want to read more about what we talked about today, click here. If any of these tips helped you today, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.